Welcome, class of 2024 and your families. My name is Denise Dalton, and I'm the Student Services Chair here at Lamont High School. The purpose of my presentation today is to talk to you a little bit more about selecting your courses for freshman year. This past fall, you took an Explorer placement test here at Lamont High School, and for some of you, we also received your MAP scores from 8th grade and 7th grade. Our department chairs take those numbers from the Explorer and the MAP tests, and they determine placements based on how our previous students have done in our courses using those same test scores. Some of you may be coming to us and getting your placements determined just by your Explorer score. So that means that using anywhere from 1 to 4 pieces of data, we're trying to predict where you'd be most successful for next year. This, again, it's based on years of experience, but we realize that those data points may not tell the true story of how well you do at school. So there is a waiver process that I'll talk about in a little while about how you can work through any issues that you have with the placements that we've made. So also, in that same light, please know that you can make changes after the year begins. If you start freshman year and you are in a specific level of course that is either too easy or too hard, you can come talk to your counselor and we can look at making changes right away in some cases, or waiting till the end of the first semester or the first year to move things up, move things down, and get them to the right level that's going to make the best situation for you to be successful. Our freshmen are generally going to take 5.5 credits of required courses. English, which you'll take all 4 years. Math has a 3-year requirement. Our science requirement is biology. For social studies, you're going to be taking human geography, which could be either the AP version or the regular, and I'll talk about AP in a little bit. Freshman students take 1 semester of PE, 1 semester of health, and then an additional course that's 1 semester that's called technology concepts. For the most part, that equals 5.5 credits, and then you'll make up the difference of 8 credits with electives, okay? For some, we have other recommended/required courses that we'd like you to consider. For students whose scores seem to be on par with students who are ready for college prep work, we recommend Math 1. If you need a little bit of additional support, we have a program called Math 1 GB. It's called GB because it meets on both our gold and our blue days. So students earn twice the amount of credit because you're spending twice the amount of time in your math class. That math class meets every day, and you're covering the same content as Math 1, but with double the amount of time and double the support. So Math 1 GB is still a college prep math track class. It is still the same content, taking the same tests and quizzes, but you get that extra support poured into your freshman year to make sure that you've got the foundation needed for success. In our critical reading course, that's going to teach skills for students who look like they could use a little bit of a boost in the reading area, and those skills are going to help you be more successful in English, science, social studies, really any course. There's very few courses at Lamont High School that don't involve some bit of reading. So that critical reading course, again, is going to help pour that support and build that foundation that's going to make you most successful. For students who are planning on attending college after high school, we recommend that students fill up those electives with either a world language and/or a fine arts course. We do not require world language for graduation from high school. However, many colleges do want to see 2 years of world language study while they're in high school. So this could mean that freshman year you start taking French 1 or Spanish 1 or ASL. Or it could mean that maybe you don't have space in your schedule or you just don't feel ready for that yet. And you might postpone that until the sophomore year or junior year. As long as you take 2 years of the same language, you will meet that college prep requirement, which is only for certain colleges. So world language is not required for graduation from Lamont High School. It's not required for all colleges, but some colleges do want to see 2 years of the same language study. You're welcome to start that freshman year, but it's not required. There are some colleges that require a credit of fine arts. So that would mean a full credit of art, a full credit of music, or a full credit of theater. That can be done again any year that you're at Lamont High School. So if you have some space in your schedule and you're looking to fill your electives, a fine arts course would be a great idea. If you're not feeling it, that's fine. Fill up your electives with other things, and you can take a fine arts course later in your career and see if that's something that's going to be of interest for the future. If you are a student that participates in the band program, band requires 1.5 credits. So this will be 1.5 elective credits that will be taken up by the band program. There's two sections of band first semester. One is marching band and one is concert band. Those are taught during our third block. So every day you'd have band. And then second semester, that switches down to just one semester or one every other day for that band credit. So it's a full credit first semester, half credit second semester. If you find that your schedule is already full, you have, let's say, the 5.5 credits of required courses, but you are also recommended for Math 1 GB, so that would be 6.5 credits. And maybe you are also recommended for Freshman Academy or the reading program. You may not have time in your schedule to get everything that you want. Don't sweat. Talk to your counselor, and we can take some of those freshman required courses and push those off till the sophomore year. There is no stigma attached to doing that. Many of our students do that for many different reasons. So we want to make sure that your freshman year is going to give you the foundation for academic success as well as extracurricular success. So please know that we can be very flexible on the requirements and the courses that you're going to take freshman year if you need to get certain requirements met. If you're a student that's interested in participating in the color guard, you're going to register for marching band, which is a one semester course, first semester, to work on your routines for the marching band program. One final consideration for band is if you want to participate in our jazz band, that can be an additional 9th credit for you for freshman year. Students take jazz band as an early bird course, which means it starts at 7 a.m. There is no district provided transportation for this program, so you'd need to find your way here, but you would be in school from 7 a.m. until 2:37 and you would earn 9 credits. As you're looking at the courses that you're going to select, we want you to think about the big picture. We want you to meet the graduation requirements, certainly. One big difference between middle school and high school is that in high school, you are going to earn a credit for each class that you pass, and those credits are going to add up towards your graduation requirements. Our students need 26 credits in order to graduate from Lamont High School. A freshman who passes all of his or her classes is going to earn 8 credits. So we want to make sure that you're going to be earning your credits, being successful, so that way you're making progress towards graduation. We certainly want to make sure that you're meeting the requirements to reach your future goals. If you're thinking about college after high school, if you want to go into an apprenticeship or something like that, we want to make sure that you are picking courses that are going to help you achieve those goals. Counselors are going to be able to help you with those things. We want you to set a solid foundation for success. Earlier, I talked about placements and how we want to make sure that we're building a strong foundation. You can change your levels of courses at the end of a semester or at the end of the year. So if you take a course freshman year, let's use science, for example. If you are placed into traditional college prep biology and not the honors biology, but you find at the end of the year you've earned an A both semesters, you really like sciences, and that's something you want an additional challenge. When you go to select your courses for sophomore year, you can sign up for chemistry honors. We absolutely encourage students to take additional challenges throughout their life at Lamont High School. So please don't feel like you are going to be doomed from the time you start classes freshman year to stay in that level. We want students to increase their level of challenge. But we want you to build that solid foundation for success freshman year. For some students, that means knowing the balance of academic challenge and other responsibilities and making conscious choices about how much intensity they want in the classes. So that's a personal decision. Our counselors are certainly able to help you make those determinations as well. So when you think about the transition to high school, we want to make sure that there's balance. We don't want you to just be so overwhelmed with classwork that you're not able to enjoy the other parts of high school. We want you to be involved in activities and athletics. So we want to make sure that you're going to have time to participate in those things and still get your homework done. We never want a student to come home at 2:37 and do homework until bedtime. You need to have time for some other activities and things like that. So make sure that as you're budgeting for your time and budgeting that intensity, that you make room for activities and athletics. So that's going to make high school so much more enjoyable. As you move into high school, you're going to have changing expectations and responsibilities. Some students, when they turn 15, might think about getting a part-time job, or perhaps you're going to start babysitting or getting a job in the community. You're going to have increased responsibilities at home. Parents, you let these kids take on some responsibilities of housework and chores and things like that. So as you get a little bit older, you're going to become more responsible there. So you want to make sure that, again, you have some flexibility in your academic schedule so that you can make sure that you're contributing to the household. And then also parents, I hate to inform you, but there's going to be some developmental changes. High school students tend to be a little more assertive about what they want. And so you want to make sure that their stress levels are going to be so high based on their academics that they're not able to handle that level of stress and pressure and then take it out on you. So again, I'm not trying to dissuade students from taking the most challenging courses possible, but I want you to think about where you are, where your strengths are, what your outside of school responsibilities are, and what you're ready to handle. The transition to high school, we do a lot to support students, but the transition to high school can be a challenge, and we want to make sure that we are setting students up for success right from the very beginning. So, as far as course selection, where to find more information, you can go right here to the Lamont High School homepage. I will open that up. And if you go down to Student Services, there's a tab, three selections down called Course Selection. If you open that up, it gives you a whole lot of information about the course selection for all of our students. So it talks about the dates for the upperclassmen, and then the incoming freshman course selection drop-off event is going to be on Saturday, January 25th from 9 a.m. until noon. So all of this information is here. We'll be sending out some information to you. But if you scroll down a little bit, we've got some course selection resources. The freshman course selection form that you'll use to choose your courses is going to be personalized based on your placements on the exams. It will have your name right here. It won't say I'm a sample. It'll give your student's name and then the placements for English, math, science, and then human geography as well. The other required courses here, physical education, health education, and technology concepts are listed. Down here in the center, you will handwrite the names of the electives that you'd like to take, and whether that's going to be for a half credit, which is 1 semester, or a full credit, which would be a year. We want to make sure that those credits of required and elective courses equals 8. Down at the bottom of the sheet are all the electives, back it up, all of the electives that are available for freshmen. So in the business and career and technical education in the career and technical education section, there are courses in business, family and consumer sciences, and industrial tech. We have some English electives that are available for our freshmen, as well as fine arts courses like art, music, and music performance. In the art courses, the Introduction to Digital Art, Drawing and Painting, and Studio Art are our base level art courses. If you hope to do any further art classes like ceramics or graphic design or digital photo, you do need to take one of these introductory level courses during the freshman year. Just something to think about. And then there's also courses in here for the special education department, which would be determined during a student's IEP, and then the world languages that we offer. Again, we have American Sign Language, French, and Spanish. Okay, so that's what the form will look like. Your name and your placements specific will be here, and then you'll write in your electives, total it up to 8 credits, and you'll bring that to the course selection event, which is on Saturday, January 25th from 9 a.m. until noon. Okay, so back to the homepage. You can see the course selection videos. If you're curious about what the expectations are for sophomores, juniors, and seniors, you can go and watch those videos and listen to my voice for a little bit longer. My apologies. If you want to learn more about the classes, the program of studies is what we call our curriculum guide. If you click on that button, it'll bring you to this page where you can download the entire document or go section by section and learn about the courses specific to what you're interested in. So I had mentioned the fine arts courses, that we have those 3 introductory freshman courses for the art department. If you click on the plus for the fine arts, it'll expand the fine arts department, and you can open that up and scroll down to learn a little bit more about Introduction to Digital Art, Introduction to Drawing and Painting, and Introduction to Studio Art, and decide if those courses are right for you. With these courses, it does say that they are a full credit, but you can do them for just 1/2 credit if you only have a 1/2 credit remaining in your electives. In addition, you could choose to take 1 semester of digital art and 1 semester of drawing and painting. We allow students to mix and match most of our electives. You cannot mix and match Introduction to Orientation to Industrial Tech or Family and Consumer Science Survey. However, the fine arts electives you are allowed to do for just 1 semester. Okay, earlier I had mentioned that if you disagree with our placement recommendations, that you are welcome to fill out a waiver. The form can be found right here. If you open this up, it says to return this on the course selection event on January 25th. And at that time, you would sit down with the department chair for the course that you're concerned about and just have a quick conversation. No one is looking to argue. Nobody is looking to have a disagreement. It's more of a chat about the expectations for those courses. I know as a parent, I had certain things in mind of what I thought freshman honor science was going to be. And in reality, it was different for my son. It would be a helpful conversation just to learn what the differences are. And then if at the end of that conversation, you'd like to do that waiver, you're going to fill out this form, say that the student was placed into whatever level we recommend. And then after reviewing the placement exam with the department chair, I now wish to put them in whatever level you want. The department chair will sign off. Again, it's not approval, it's just saying that you had that conversation. And then you sign the bottom, turn it in on Saturday, January 25th, and we're good to go. Okay, we try to make it as simple as possible, but we do want that conversation to take place just so that way everybody's on the same page about what the expectations are. If you misplace the letter that is sent home with the placement form, it can be found here. So this is just a little preview of what you'll be getting with your registration packet. And then right here, this is an important page. This is where you can find your child's counselor. The counselors generally stay with the students from freshman year until senior year, and they're there to answer any questions that you have about courses, about programs. Pretty much they are your go-to. They're your liaison with the high school. So Dana Brown is our counselor for students whose last names begin with A through E. Stephanie Bushnell has students whose last names begin with F through LEE. Andrea Hines has the students LEF through RI. And then Jeff Parrish has the remainder of the students who are RJ through Z. Heather Richey is our registrar and our counseling department secretary. If you have any questions about the forms that we need in order to do the proof of residency, anything related to custody agreements, anything like that, Heather Richey can answer any questions that you might have. So again, that's all the information that is on the course selection page of our homepage, and you can refer to that at any time. All right, so that's where to find more information. Now, what's going to come next? After January 25th, we're going to take all of those course requests and we're going to build our master schedule based on what the students need. That's going to take place January, February, March, and even into April. If you make a change, if you sign up for Spanish and then you decide, I think I want French, you can contact your counselor and we can make those adjustments for you in most cases. So you can make those changes after January 25th, but we do use the request made on January 25th to start building our courses for our teachers and our students. So the sooner you can make any of those changes, the better. So in March and April, our summer athletic camp information will be made available to you. Excuse me, back up. There we go. Summer camp information will be made available in March and April, so the athletic department will communicate that to the middle schools. In May, you'll receive a letter from the counseling department with the course confirmations. So if you picked courses in January, you'll just get a confirmation of exactly what's in there. Please review that and make sure that no clerical errors were made, as sometimes that can happen. On June 3rd, we'll be hosting a Class of 2024 optional parent night. This is a night that will show you a little bit more about Google Classroom, about Skyward. We'll talk about a little bit more about that transition developmentally from middle school to high school. And our teachers will be there to talk about the changing expectations in the classes, again, from middle school to high school. So it's an optional night. It's just something that we started last year just to give a little bit more information to parents before the school year begins. On the first day of school, it is a freshman only day. So students will have the run of the high school without having all those other students there. We do have about 100 peer helpers that are around to be leaders and to help the kids through their schedule. And our teachers are obviously here to welcome the students and get them a little bit acclimated on that first day before the remainder of the students come on day 2 and fill up those hallways. So we try to do a lot to support our students in this transition. If there are any questions or concerns, please reach out to your son or daughter's counselor and they can help you with any additional information that you might need. So again, my name is Denise Dalton. I'm the Student Services Chair here at Lamont High School, and we are really excited to welcome the class of 2024. Thank you very much, and have a great day.